welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MaxSpeedTV. Tonight, the Salt Flat IROC series here from the Richmond Raceway. It's just a small little 0.75 mile D-shaped asphalt track down in Richmond, Virginia. And these IROC guys are off their, I'm going to say it's a bye week. Last week they were at the figure 8 at Irwindale for a little bit of action. A little bit of all-star action that was, and Tim Smith walked away with that victory last week. And tonight, this week, it's back to points racing, and what a points battle we have brewing here. Tim Smith leads the point championship over the guy who we're going to talk to this week. This week, we're going to talk to Robert Duvendak in the number 12 machine. This week's driver spotlight interview brought to you by Little V Books. Robert, you got a copy here with us tonight?
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight?
Well, pretty good, my friend. Welcome here to the Richmond Raceway. I'm watching practice right now. You're sitting there in the 6th place here on the speed charts. How is the track out there for yourself?
The corners are very loose off. Getting in, you kind of have to get off the throttle a little earlier than I was expecting. I actually downloaded the track about a half hour ago, so these are my first laps I've been turning.
Well, for the first couple laps here that you've turned, though, got a pretty quick time there. Right now, you're the only one out there tonight for the Aquaholics. How's that? How does that feel? Is that putting a lot of pressure on your shoulders here tonight?
Oh yeah, I got to make the Aquaholics proud. Unfortunately, it sounds like Timmy Smith might be gone for the rest of the year. Jeff Pogo had a little something going on tonight. He was gonna have to miss.
Yeah, your teammate Jeff Pogo there seems like he's putting together a nice little sim rig for himself, so I guess you can kind of excuse him from tonight. But you come in sitting second in points. It's your rookie season here with the Salt Flat IROC series. How has your season gone pretty much? You haven't won anything. You haven't parked that blue aqua-colored number 12 in victory lane just yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been the bridesmaid twice already this year, so with Timmy Smith out of here, we might actually get a win now.
Yeah, Tim Smith pretty much came out here and dominated for your team. But you've been right there. You've been a bridesmaid, more often than not. And, I mean, any of the MaxSpeedTV viewers out here that know the name Robert Duvendak, you kind of know that it's kind of been a thing with you. Second place has kind of been something you've had a lockdown on.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm like the Chase Elliott of the iRacing world and just can't seem to close in on that victory in leagues. But I think once that happens, I'm going to start notching off quite a few wins. Yeah,
a couple wins. You're there in the hunt. You just haven't been able to kind of seal the deal. But tell us a little more about your iRacing background. I know personally you don't do any real racing in real life, or have you ever actually? I mean,
no, I haven't. I've always had a thing for NASCAR ever since I was 5 years old. I was watching with my grandpa, and I've been watching ever since. So racing's always been something that got me going, gets me excited. So once I was looking for a new game to try out. Stumbled upon iRacing. I've heard some things about it from drivers in NASCAR and things like that. And my good buddy Eric Holly was doing it. And when I signed up, had nothing but a controller. Tried a couple races with a controller, and I ended up going and buying a wheel and pedals, and I'll never regret that again.
Yeah, a couple guys you kind of see out in the forums or all over Facebook for the iRacing pages that guys race with a controller. I've never personally gone through that. How is that transitioning from a controller to a wheel, and is this actually a game, or do you find it to be a simulator like a lot call it?
The controller to the wheel is night and day. I mean, you can't even compare the two. As far as is this a game, it's more of a simulator in my eyes. This is the closest thing I'll ever get to actually being a real race car driver, so I take pride and a lot of fun in doing this.
Yeah, and you do a great job, my friend. Residing out of the Ohio area, though, a lot of dirt tracks out there. You venture out to any of the dirt tracks. We know Tim Smith actually is out from the Ohio area also. So two teammates you and your teammate out of the Ohio region.
Dirt's never been my thing. I've never been to a dirt race. It's never been something that sparked my interest. I don't know if it's just because I grew up watching NASCAR and asphalt all the time and never really was taken to a dirt race. Here and where I'm from in Toledo, we have the Toledo Speedway, and I would go there every Friday night and watch the local short track guys there. I grew up watching guys like Brad Keselowski come up through the ranks, starting at Toledo Speedway and Flat Rock in our area. And I've always just kind of stayed with the asphalt. I've been told I need to get out and check out a dirt race because they're pretty awesome to see. Just never really gotten out, I guess.
Yeah, not going to lie, dirt races are probably some of the most exciting races you can go out to see, so definitely check yourself into a dirt track here coming up this summer. I believe a couple of us are headed over to Eldora. Maybe you could tag along. Craig Schwartz, we're going to head out to watch one of your other Salt Flat Racing drivers. Unfortunately, he's not here with us tonight. But, Rob, thanks for coming up here and talking with us a little before the race. Is there anybody that you got to thank, though, that helps you out on that number 12 Aquaholics machine?
Absolutely. I got to thank you for coming out every week and broadcasting these races for us. I got to thank all of our sponsors for this league. I don't have the list in front of me right this minute, but I know we have quite a few. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do this week in and week out. So tip of the hat to all of them. And, of course, I always got to say my beautiful wife for giving me the time every week to come out here and race with you guys.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Rob, for coming up here and talking with us. That was the driver of the number 12, Robert Duvendak, as you see him get tagged there by Timmy Valenzuela. You know, Robert residing out of the Ohio region, the Toledo area, and a newlywed. That's why he thanked his wife out there, and she tunes in week and week out to cheer on Mr. Duvendak. So, and Robert was talking about our sponsors here tonight. We got to thank a couple of them real quick. Sponsors that are helping us out. Simnantics. Or Necessities, sorry. Sim Necessities. Anybody looking for a button box or anything sim-related, head on over there to their Facebook page. Also, Team McMullen stepping up here, your premier VA lender loans. Next Level Racing coming on board here with Salt Flat Racing, along with the Elfod Motorsports. You find them in Vermont. Anybody looking for a car or any kind of issue with a vehicle, head on over to Elfod Motorsports. Little V Books stepping up here, coming on board with these guys also. And Jordan Henn Racing, the modified team out of the Northeast here in Pennsylvania. Well, we were talking about points there with Robert a little bit. Let's see if we can check out your standings here. There's your Salt Flat IROC standings. Tim Smith comes into the night leading the points. 32 points back was the man we just talked to, Robert Duvendak. Jamie Leach is third in points. And Jason Dobbs, who unfortunately is not with us this evening. Jason, from everybody from Salt Flat and MaxSpeedTV, our hearts are with you. You're in our thoughts and prayers. Jason had a brand new baby last week. Unfortunately, 6 weeks early. And you know, Saturday, Jason, the day will be all about you, my friend, hosting an event here on MaxSpeedTV involving the Salt Flat IROC series along with their co-league, USRA. They're going to throw on a little bit of a charity race for Jason, so everybody tune in on Saturday or come on out and join us. But Cold Day does round out your top 5. A lot of those other guys right there battling for a championship here, so it's going to get close with Tim Smith having obligations with his race team, not able to make it tonight. Possibly not going to be able to make it for a couple weeks here, so it's going to be interesting to see how the points shake up. Top 10 back there on the side of the screen. Cody Levitt has the top spot with Jeff Bergner second, Jamie Leach is third, Dwayne LaPrade fourth, and Josiah Millen rounds out that top 5 here in practice. Coming up in about a minute and 40 here, qualifying. Later on tonight, racing for a cause, the late models broadcasted here on MaxSpeedTV by Chris Legou and Richard Hammond. Thursday night, the American Pro Mazda Cup Series. They will be out there running around with Rudy Cummings broadcasting that one. And the Upstate Racing League, the Dirt Late Models, broadcasted by the man K.R. Stolfus himself. But we're going to step away. We're going to get that national anthem played, and we will be back here to bring you qualifying action from Richmond.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back here to Richmond Raceway. Qualifying has just begun, and there's the man on the track that we just spoke to a couple moments ago, the 12 of Robert Duvendak, seeing what kind of lap he can put down here, being his only, or it's all him tonight for the Aquaholics, so he's trying to see what kind of position he can start out at. Right now, though, Dwayne LaPrade has the number 13 up on the pole. Let's see where Robert Duvendak slots in second right now. There's the man, Dwayne LaPrade, out here, sliding her off turn number 2. He has the quick time right now. 7 guys have put in a qualifying attempt here, but right now, that's the man that you got to beat, as he's going to come off turn 4. Expecting this lap possibly a little bit slower as he slides again off turn 4. Let's see where that lap comes in. Yes, it's about... His best time was a 25.1. His last lap was a 25.5, so a little bit slower for that driver. Let's check and see who else is out there. It looks like here comes the 05 of Timmy Valenzuela. It's the battle of the Valenzuelas. Tim Valenzuela out here in that bluish-purple machine, and then his counterpart there, Danny Valenzuela, or Ricky in the 04 machine, who is right now in your 5th position. He's stopped there to the inside. Jeff Bergner goes straight to the top of the board here with the 21 machine. Everybody tuning in, yeah, notice a little bit something about these cars that are a little different, as Jeff Bergner's going to go for a little bit of a slide off turn 2. New paint schemes out here for the Salt Flat IROC series, and it's something that iRacing brought to us. Actually, they kind of handed it right over here to the Salt Flat guys with the new numbers. You're able to remove the number now in hosted lobbies or league lobbies. As a choice as an admin, you can do that. As you notice, there are no numbers on the side panels of these cars. That's where their names are. If you go back and you look at the old IROC series that used to run out there, that's exactly the way they had them back in the day. A black stripe down the side with the driver's name on it. That's exactly what you see right there with the 00 there of Doug Ungari. He's as shocked as I am that right now he has it in that 7th position right now. So Doug having a good top 10 qualifying attempt here. A handful of drivers just starting to kind of actually file in a little late to the show, a little late to the party here. But Doug Ungari goes 7th, and here's Jamie Leach. He's trying to put in a good qualifying attempt. Jamie Leach, like we said, running 3rd right now in the points as he comes off turn 2, and he stuffs it with that right front. So this lap not going to count for Jamie. Jamie does have another lap in his pocket, so he's going to be able to go ahead and come around here and get one timed lap in. 14 drivers so far have taken time. Jeff Bergner, the guy on the top of the boards. Dwayne LaPrade is 2nd with Robert Duvendak 3rd, and JP Brennan right now has that 4th spot. Josiah Miller rounds out your top 5. So as Jamie works his way through turns 3 and 4, let's see where he's going to come off. You see the sunlight is still shining here, so the track going to be a little bit slick here at the start of this one. He goes 6th fastest on the speed charts. Let's see who else is out there. Looks like newcomer David Worrell's out here in the 25 machine. He's got a gray machine. Anybody that you see out here tonight that has a gray car, that signals that they are a rookie here with the Salt Flat IROC series. That means they have not put in 3 races yet. David making his first attempt to qualify into the field here tonight. Everybody that has shown up will make the field. 20 drivers here tonight attempting to take times. David puts that number 25 machine there in your 14th starting spot. Matt Grobelny, the only other driver, actually, sorry, Danny Valenzuela, the only other driver out there. We got about 40 seconds here left in qualifying. That means the 31 of Donald Bennett not going to take a qualifying attempt. The 38 of Cody Levitt not going to take a qualifying attempt. And the 222s of Ed Hewitt, along with the number 2 of Jared Hagerdorn. Those 4 drivers not going to take a time. David Worrell still out here turning a couple practice laps. He didn't get too many there during practice session, so he's going to use the rest of this qualifying time to turn a couple laps here tonight. Danny Valenzuela just kind of hanging out here. Right now, though, Danny has the upper hand on his brother by 2 positions. He's going to start in the 9th position, it looks, and Tim's going to start back in the 11th position, so we'll have to keep an eye there on the Valenzuela rivalry. Checker flags are waving here in qualifying, and that means we're going to get to our main event here tonight in just a moment. As these guys start to grid up here for tonight's event, let's take you through your qualifying order. Starting on the next level racing pole spot tonight, going to go to the 21 of Jeff Bergner. Jeff Bergner's first pole here for the Salt Flat IROC Series. And the man that's going to start right outside of him, the number 13 of Dwayne LaPrade. The 12 of Robert Duvendak will start there in the 3rd position. And JP Brennan back in action again. For JP, let's see if he can keep that 09 machine in 4th. Great top 5. Josiah Millen going to take the 5th starting spot here tonight, and Jamie Leach got the 88 up into 6th. 7th starting spot tonight, the 62 of Colton Farrow. The 00 of Doug Ungari going to roll off in the 8th starting position. 9th going to go to the 04 of Danny Valenzuela, and right next to him, the number 4 of Matt Grobelny. Starting in the 11th position, going to go to the 05 of Timmy Valenzuela. Josh Taylor making his first attempt here in the IROC Series. He's going to roll off into the 12th position. 13th starting position going to go to the 97 hero William Crossland, and the 25 of David Worrell going to roll off in that 14th spot. The 15th spot going to go to the 707 of Michael Whitaker. Orlando Rivera, residing out of Puerto Rico, going to start the 54 machine in the 16th spot tonight. 17th, going to go to the silent one. The birthday boy, Cody Levitt, going to roll off 17th here tonight in Gamble 1. The 222s of Ed Hewitt going to roll off 18th. 19th is going to go to Jared Hagerdorn. 20th is going to go to the 31 here of Donald Bennett. And that rounds out your next level racing starting grid here from Richmond. 2 pace laps to get some heat in the motor, some heat in the tires here. And we will drop the hammer to see who can battle it out. 25 laps. Let's take a look here at that. 125 laps the distance here from Richmond International Raceway. That equals out to 93 miles tonight for these drivers. Track temp right now down there right at 75 degrees, so should have quite a bit of grip here. Tire window tonight, 8 to 10 laps. Might be a little bit of generous there if a caution comes out after that time. They're all going to be coming down for fresh tires. Fuel window. Well, big fuel window here tonight, 54 laps to about 57 laps. Pit road speed, that's going to be the one to watch out for, getting onto pit road, 35 miles an hour. And that's your pre-race faxes. Getting ready to drop the green flag here and go green flag racing for the first time here from Richmond for the Salt Flat IROC Series. And waiting. There's the green flag, and we will go green flag racing for the first time here. Everybody has their brand new paint scheme right now, and the first man that's going to put a scratch on it, the number 13 of Dwayne LaPrade, running there second on the outside. He's going to be the first one to put a little bit of scuff marks on that paint job. Front couple guys all look like they are single filed out. A little bit of side-by-side action back here right around the number 88 of Jamie Leach. Jamie Leach is looking to the inside here on JP Brennan. He's going to take the spot. Now here comes Matt Grobelny because a big bobble out of that number 09 machine of Brennan. Brennan going to go to the high side. Here comes Grobelny in the green car to the inside. It looks like JP will find a spot on the inside lane here real quick, as Robert Duvendak looks like he kind of slipped off the inside lane. 2 laps already in the books here, both led by Jeff Bergner. A couple slower cars towards the tail of the field. Looks like they might have missed the green. That's Donald Bennett and Ed Hewitt. Sounds like one car's around already out there. Not sure exactly where it is. I heard a car spinning, but no cautions being thrown. Ed Hewitt coming down pit road. The battle, though, is right here between the 62 of Colton Farrow and the number 88 here of Jamie Leach. Jeff Bergner up front has worked his way around A couple of these lap down cars right now has clear action, clear track in front of him as Donald Bennett, you see him going a lap down to the outside, just kind of hanging out on the outside lane there. Action back here, almost 3 wide. It looks like Timmy Valenzuela and Danny Valenzuela going forward. A couple of these cars you see blinking in and out. Trading Paints decides it wants to update right now. So that'll sort its way through here in just a moment, but they were 3 wide back here. They've sorted it out. Danny Valenzuela kind of hanging out right now, but the man on the move, Timmy Valenzuela right there on the outside, as he got loose on the inside lane and really shot up the track. He's going to go to the outside here. David Worrell, though, on the loud pedal to the inside there in that gray machine. That's a battle back towards the back here. It looks like Jeff Bergner, though, has opened up a real good lead right now. A 1.2 second lead right there is Jeff Bergner. Bergner not having the year that he wanted, but tonight looking like his night in the practice session that these guys hold every Saturday night. Jeff Bergner was the quick man out there. Right now, he's quick man in qualifying, quick man in practice, quick man here on the race. 1.2 second lead right now over that man right there. Dwayne LaPrade still has that 13 machine wound up running second place. Josiah Millen having a good night, good showing, started 5th. Worked his way up right now on lap number 8 here to the 3rd position. Colton Farrow is running 4th here. Jamie Leach is 5th. And look at the battle here between Matt Grobelny and the 12 of Robert Duvendak. Duvendak looking to the inside here on Matt Grobelny, going down into turn number 3. Inside lane seems to be the way to go as long as you can keep the car underneath you, not slide the tires. As they're still side by side that time at the line, even going down into the corner here. It looks like Grobelny kind of slipped a little going up the track. He's going to keep it out of the wall, but he's going to lose the position to Robert Duvendak. Now he's going to be under attack here by the 09 of JP Brennan. It looks like Brennan's going to be able to work his way around and get by Matt Grobelny, so that'll put Duvendak 6th, Brennan in 7th, and Grobelny now runs in that 8th position. Right behind them is the birthday boy of Cody Levitt, as actually it looks like JP's going to go to the inside now with Robert Duvendak. Duvendak kind of slipped up the track there. Can JP take advantage here going down the backstretch? He's still looking. Duvendak's going to cut off the nose here of the 09, so they're going to go single file as Cody Levitt there. You see him going a little bit wide coming through turns 3 and 4. Following Cody Levitt, though, through the field, Doug Ungari right there. Doug started inside your top 10, right now running in the 11th position. 11 laps already in the books, all led tonight by that 21 machine. Looks like all drivers are on track. Ed Hewitt being the guy that's kind of a lap down right now, right in front of your leaders, trying to stay just 1 lap down, so he's going to have to get on the loud pedal here tonight. There's your leader right there, the 21 machine passing the camera. You see him working down into turns 3 and 4. You see a little bit of that lead there because right there's Dwayne LaPrade working through the center of turns 3 and 4. Now off turn 4. 1.4, 1.5 second lead now for Jeff Bergner over that 13 machine there of Dwayne LaPrade. Big wiggle out of Ed Hewitt there in front of the leaders. You just want to be nice and smooth, nice and calm on these tires. You don't want to beat them up here. So far, green flag racing, working lap number 13. Looks like a bit of damage on that 62 of Colton Farrow. See him right there behind Jamie Leach as they come off the corner. Some good damage on the front end of that 62 machine. Might have 62'd someone. Looks like a battle back here, though. William Crossland and JP Brennan side by side through turns 1 and 2. Brennan going to slip up the track. He didn't get the wall, but really high off turn 2. William Crossland, though, looks like he kind of gave him a little bit of room to the inside and might have had to check up, and now going to lose the position back to JP Brennan. Brennan going to power back on the outside, but will he be able to clear William by the time they get to turn 1? He does not. William Crossland going to throw that 97 machine to the inside, and Cody Levitt kind of just sitting there going, well, where do I go? Where do I go? Because here comes Matt Grobelny. Now they're going to go 2 by 2 for 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th is right there. JP Brennan going to slot up in front of Cody Levitt. Oh, boy. Right in front of Matt Grobelny, though. JP went back to the bottom lane. That left Cody Levitt on the island all by himself on the outside row. So now it's William Crossland 6th, J.P. Brennan 7th, Matt Grobelny 8th, and Cody Levitt was 9th. Now Cody Levitt going to go to the inside here. He says, it's my birthday and I will go where I want to. Go where I want to. And that's to the inside. He picks off Grobelny. Now he's looking to the inside of JP. Now he's going to go to the inside here of William Crossland. He's going to get 3 in 1 lap. Cody Levitt now going to take over that 6th position and look for the Las Vegas native, the birthday boy, to come towards the front. Looks like here comes William Crossland, though. He wanted to look back to the inside there. Cody Levitt slammed the door on Crossland and said, no, sir, I'm going to take this. You follow me if we want to go to the front. Let's go. That's a whole gaggle of cars there. 7 cars, nose to tail back here from 6th on back. Comes that number 4 machine. Matt Grobelny now looking to the inside of William Crossland. So some real good battles back here from 6th on back. Everybody towards the front, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Kind of all single filed out, spread out from each other. So no racing up there. It's still Jeff Bergner, Dwayne LaPrade, Josiah Mill in your top 3. Jamie Leach 4th with Colton Farrow in 5th. This is the battle, though. This is the battle for 7th. Matt Grobelny to the inside there on William Crossland. It looks like he's going to make that by the time they get to turn 1. Should be pretty much Matt Grobelny's spot. And there's a battle, though, between the 12 of Robert Duvendak and J.P. Brennan. This whole pack back here has been battling it out pretty much this whole entire time. And they're putting on one heck of a show back here. There you see a little bit of give on the tires to the outside there for Crossland. Crossland now slotted 9th. Under attack still, though, by JP now to the inside. Grobelny did get around, obviously. Now it's JP's turn to see what he can do. Looks like they're going to single file it out for the time beings, but knowing these guys, they will all be right back at it side by side. You got to go a little bit farther back. I believe I saw the 05 of Tim Valenzuela side by side back here with Jared Hagedorn battling it out for the 17th and the 18th position. There's battles all over the track. It doesn't matter where you are because even right in front, oh boy, Timmy Valenzuela hanging on to her off turn 2. Almost found the inside wall. But he hangs on to her. He's going to be able to keep it going. But right now, Danny Valenzuela is out dueling his brother. Danny finds himself 14th while Timmy's back there in the 18th position. Danny looking to see if he can get to the inside here of the 25 of David Worrell. David's running the outside lane. Danny trying to use a little bit of the apron there to try and turn the car. And Michael Whitaker is right there. So that's a 3-car battle for the 14th, 15th, and 16th position. Jared Hagedorn just right behind those 3 drivers running 17th. 23 laps here. Green flag racing for the Salt Flat IROC Series. Not the first time these boys have been onto a short track this year. They were just at Myrtle Beach, which is a pretty similar track here to Rockingham, just a lot smaller, as they battled it out over there a couple weeks ago, put on a good show, and now they're here at Rockingham. Or sorry, I say Rockingham, I meant Richmond. Rockingham is on the schedule. Oh, big wiggle you saw there at the top of your screen out of the number 13 of Dwayne LaPrade. He held on to it, but I'm sure he's kind of feeling a little bit of slick tires right now as we work lap, or coming to the finish lap 24. There's Jeff Bergner right now coming out of turns number 1 and 2 there. Down the backstretch he goes. Let's see if we can work you through your top 10 as we got a green flag run here. We're pretty spread out. Let's see if we can work through. There's the man that's out front right now. Jeff Bergner's led all the laps here tonight. 25 laps led for Jeff Bergner in that 21 machine. Dwayne LaPrade having a real good run. Had a good run at Myrtle Beach. Oh, there's Timmy Valenzuela is sideways. Oh, sorry, that's Michael Whitaker's round. As we were trying to work through your top 10, Michael Whitaker takes a self-spin. It looks coming off turn number 2. Let's see if we can go back here on one of your MaxSpeedTV replays and see exactly what happened with Michael Whitaker as he was battling, it looks like, for about that 14th position with Danny Valenzuela and David Worrell. Let's see what we can find here on our replay. See, as they work down here into the corner, it looks like, oh, he maybe just gets on the brakes a little hard and tries to ride out the slide, and as he goes back to the gas coming off the turn, Looks like he just applied too much brake, and around the 707 goes. It's a self-spin for him on the backstretch here, so just a little self-spin. Nothing going to be harmed by that. Let's take another replay. Let's see if we can actually find the onboard view here with Jeff Bergner, who is your leader. Let's go to the let's go to the cockpit camera here. On board with your Next Level Racing camera with your leader as this all happened in front of him. There you saw Michael Whitaker down there on that inside. Just kind of looping her around coming out of turn number 2 on the old tires. That's your Next Level Racing onboard camera with your leader, Jeff Bergner. As you see, we've already missed it. These guys are already down pit road here. Looks like everybody except for Doug Ungari coming down pit road. So as we see, 4 fresh tires for all these drivers. It takes about 23 to 24 seconds sitting in your pit stall to get a full tank of fuel. 24.3 seconds for Jeff Bergner as he just beats Dwayne LaPrade off pit road. It's going to be Jeff Bergner, Dwayne LaPrade, Jamie Leach. Looks like Josiah Millen. Then it's going to be the 62 of Colton Farrow, Cody Levitt, Matt Grobelny, and William Crossland. Robert Duvendak will come out of the pits running in your 10th position. But the man who didn't come down pit road finds himself at the front of this one. Doug Ungari holding out right now. He's going to stay out there and lead a lap. Let's see, maybe we can get a word in with the driver that's staying out there to lead a lap here. Doug Ungari, you got a copy. It's Roger up here in the booth.
Yes, sir. I got you, Roger.
Well, Doug, you guys have been out there for 29 laps on these tires, and you're electing to stay out. What's going through the playbook here?
Well, right now it's a hard track to pass on. Track position, I think, is going to be more important right now. Even if I came in now, I would still need to pit another 2 times for at least 1 more time for gas. So hopefully it doesn't come back and bite me, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so you're going to be out there, and all those drivers behind you are going to have 4 fresh tires. You think you're a sitting duck, or do you think you can hold some of these guys off? You started inside your top 10 here tonight. You were having a good run before the yellow.
Yeah, I might be a sitting duck. I was hoping more guys behind me would stay out and put couple cars between me and some fresh tires, but that didn't work out.
Well, Doug, I'll get you back down there to your room, or maybe I'll call you Brandon. I'm not quite sure yet.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. Hopefully I'll talk to you later.
Absolutely. Well, there's Doug Ungari, or Brandon, as my wife would call him. Sorry, Doug, about that, but you'll receive your package in a couple days to California, my friend. You're as shocked as I am in that picture. So Doug Ungari going to elect to stay out here, and he's going to take over the lead from the man who's led all the laps here tonight. Looks like that 21 machine of Jeff Bergner going to have to slot second. He'll start on the outside lane here because I'm sure Doug Ungari will take the inside, and that's exactly what it looks like. He did have his choice of lanes. He chose the inside lane, and going to see how that plays out for driver of the 00. So before we go back, green flag racing the Salt Flat IROC Series. Thanks everybody for tuning in here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. If you like what you see out there on track, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. Let them know how you like their paints. These are brand new paints, fresh out of the paint booth for this week's event. All 20 drivers here tonight representing the color of their team. Right now, it's Team Underdog, and that is the team color of, I believe it's the pewter or the copper color. Kind of a weird color, you know, but it's Doug Ungari. What do you expect? He's going to fire off early as the pace car's in. We're going to go back green flag racing here from Richmond. Doug Ungari's going to be able to hold off Jeff Bergner as they're going to go down into turn 1 here. Bergner going to really throw it to the outside here, see if he can find some grip. Right now, though, Doug Ungari under fire. They're going to go 3 wide off turn 2. Ungari in the sucker hole. Bergner around to the outside. Here comes Millen on the outside. 3 wide down into turn 3. It sounds like we're crashing behind him. That looks like Jared Hagedorn has been around. We're going to keep her posted right here because Doug Ungari is in a heated battle with a bunch of fast drivers with 4 fresh tires. And right now, Jeff Bergner has got around. And here, Dwayne LaPrade has got around, and now Josiah Millen still working the outside. They're going to go 3 wide again off turn number 2. Millen to the outside. Ungari was on the inside. Here comes Cody Levitt bringing the 38 machine to the inside. Ungari said it himself. He's probably going to be a sitting duck, and that's exactly what happened there on that restart. Colton Farrow there to the inside of the 62 machine, getting real loose in that red car. He's able to hang on to it. Doug Ungari now is looking to just stay to the outside, trying to stay out of the way. As Doug Ungari going to find the outside wall right in front of JP Brennan. Brennan was able to check up just in time. Jamie Leach almost got involved there. And along with Danny Valenzuela, those three drivers, Brennan, Leach, and Valenzuela, able to check up, able to check up and not, piling into the back of Ungari. So good car control by actually all four of those drivers. Even after Ungari got into the outside wall there, he was able to hang on to it. But look at that. Danny Valenzuela running in your 12th position right now. Timmy Valenzuela running in the 13th position. So two brothers, the sibling rivalry, battling it out right there, nose to tail. Ed Hewitt in between them, separating them right now. Ed Hewitt is a lap down. He's still hanging on there, trying to see if he can get a couple of his laps back. Jared Hagedorn is off track. He did take a self-spin on the backstretch. Let's check it back up front here and check how far out your leader is at this point. 0.7 right now, back to the number 13 of Dwayne LaPrade. Cody Levitt has now worked his way into that third position with his buddy Josiah Millen right behind him, and Robert Duvendak under fire here. Here comes Colton Farrow bringing the 62 to the inside on the front stretch, seeing if he can get there. Here comes William Crosland. They're going to go 3 wide just about down into turn 1. Not much room. They almost sandwiched Colton Farrow there, but they made it work. Those three drivers battling just to, get to the top 5. Right now, Colton Farrow has the top 5. William Crosland is 6th, and Robert Duvendak is 7th. See a lot of these guys sliding it off turn number 4 there, getting real close to the wall. Crosland did get around Duvendak. Now here comes that number 54 of Orlando Rivera. Orlando Rivera trying to bring that blue machine up to the front of this one. Having a good showing so far here for Orlando Rivera. JP Brennan not going away. He's just kind of hanging back here right now, running in that 9th position. Jamie Leach rounds out your top 10 as they run. Top couple runners have already single filed out. Your battles are right here just to try and stay inside the top 10. JP Brennan to the inside here. Jamie Leach says, I'll attempt the outside here, sir. You go to the inside, have a ball down there. Battling it out. That's the 9th and the 10th position. If guys battle this hard for 9th and 10th, how do you think they're going to battle in the closing laps here from Richmond? A little bit of a wiggle there off turn number 2 for Orlando Rivera as he's going to the inside here on Robert Duvendak, trying to take away that 7th position from Duvendak. Boy, do these cars look good, and boy, what a show they're putting on here tonight, displaying the new IROC paint. Says, oh, Orlando down onto the apron, had to get out of it, going to lose a lot of positions there. JP's going to go around. As now it looks like somebody towards the back, it looks like possibly Michael Whitaker. No, not Michael Whitaker, not sure who that was. Timmy Valenzuela coming off turn 2, taking a self-spin in that blue car. Gonna have to rewind her here and take our second MaxSpeedTV replay of the night. It looked like just a harmless self-spin for the 05 of Timmy Valenzuela. Let's go from a blimp cam here and see if we can find and see exactly what happened to the 05. You see him battling with Matt Grobelny towards the back, coming through turns 1. He just kind of got loose, and when he went back to the throttle coming off turn 2, just a simple self-spin back there. He backed her down off the track. Nobody else involved. Tim Valenzuela going to get her refired and back pointed in the right direction. He'll have to tag the rear of the field, but Jeff Bergner going to lead everybody back down pit road for our second pit stop here of the night. Looks like Doug Ungari had fallen to the 12th position by staying out under that last caution, but he will come down pit road this time. He saw how much tires did matter, so he'll come down pit road this time by and put 4 fresh good ones on that car. See this. Everybody sitting on pit road. First one out of pit road going to be the 62 of Colton Farrow. He's going to go with a 2-tire stop and fuel. Then it's going to be the 13 of Dwayne LaPrade. And Jeff Bergner going to come out 3rd. Jamie Leach is 4th. His teammate Cody Levitt going to come out 5th. JP Brennan is 6th. Josiah Millen 7th. Michael Whitaker actually is catching the field here. Danny Valenzuela will come out 8th. 9th will go to Matt Grobelny, and William Crosland will come out there in your 10th position. Robert Duvendak has fallen to 11th with Timmy Valenzuela 13th. Josh Taylor is 14th. Orlando Rivera 15th. David Worrell 16th. Doug Ungari now back to 17th. Donald Bennett 18th. So Colton Farrow taking 2 tires there on that pit stop. It's going to be interesting to see how that how he's able to hang on. Because actually, it looks like Doug Ungari actually lost a lap here under caution flag pit stops. Sometimes, you know, he didn't come down last time, so he had to take a lot more fuel than everybody else. So possibly not exactly what driver of the 00 wanted here tonight. But he did get to lead a lap. Maybe that's what he was exactly going for. Ungari comes into tonight, finds himself 11th in points. As you know, right there you see Jared Hagedorn, his teammate, on pit road, as he had to kind of tow at one point because he had taken a spin onto the backstretch. So the lights on the pace car are still on. Let's see if we can get a word in with one of the drivers that were involved in that one. Let's see if we can find him. Let's see if we can get a word in with the driver of the 05, Timmy Valenzuela. You got a copy. It's Roger up here in the booth.
Hey, Roger. How's it going?
Well, it's going pretty good, my friend. You were battling real hard there with your brother for a couple laps. Unfortunately, it looks like the rear end stepped out from underneath that 05 machine.
Yeah, it did a little bit. Just getting used. Well, I guess I ran a few laps on the track and just wasn't used to how much it stepped out here.
My friend, you're 40-some laps into this one. You're not used to it yet?
You know, I think I let the tires get the best of me on that, to be honest. Yep.
Well, you got that car pointed the right direction. You're still on the lead lap. You're running 14th right now. Your brother, well, he's inside the top 10, so you got some work to do here. Lights on the pace car off, though, my friend. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
All right. See ya.
So you heard it from the man. He just let the tires get the best of him. As you see, these guys did get the 1-to-go signal. They are doubling them up. They will go back green flag racing next time by as they work. Actually, they're just about there. As there goes the pace car. It's in the hands of Colton Farrow. The 2-tire stop. Let's see how it's going to work out for Colton. As you see there, he fires off the inside lane. Jeff Bergner's in chase. They're not going to get away from Jeff Bergner at all tonight. Bergner going to make the move down into turn 1, trying to get around Colton Farrow. Yeah, it looks like that move might work out here. As there's a guy behind him that looks like that's Cody Levitt. Levitt is around, going to collect Josiah Millen. J.P. Brennan going for a flip. Well, we're really going to have to rewind on this one and see exactly what happened between all of these guys. Let's take a MaxSpeedTV replay right here on the restart of this one. Let's just go from the blimp cam here so we can see exactly what happened between all these drivers as they dove it down into turn number 1. Josiah Millen looks like he got loose. Oh, J.P. Brennan tags the back of the 38 of Levitt. Levitt tried to correct, collects Millen. Danny Valenzuela getting some of it, but the man who got the worst of it, that's going to be the 09 of J.P. Brennan. Let's throw her in reverse here and see if we can go on board with J.P. Brennan and get that next level racing camera up here and see exactly what transpired. You heard it. It looks like he just didn't get on the brakes soon enough, and there comes Cody Levitt back up the track, and up and over J.P. Brennan goes. Where he stops, nobody knows. Sounds like the car's still running because he got it refire, but that's your next level racing onboard camera there with J.P. Brennan. JP's going to have to bring that car down pit road to get some services done. Well, let's see if we can get a word in with JP. JP, got a copy. It's Roger here in the booth.
Gotcha.
Well, JP had a good showing so far tonight. Unfortunately, it looks like you were just up and over on your lid there.
Yeah, luckily I'm not getting any meatball flags, so I should be able to stay out and work the damage away little by little.
Yeah, with no quick repairs here in the Salt Flat IROC series, I was going to ask if you had too much damage that you weren't going to be able to continue, or do you think that car is going to be good enough to go?
Should be good enough to go for a while. I might do a little bit of damage repair when I go in for tires and anything else, though.
So right now, JP is going to be able to carry on. JP, good luck the rest of the way here, and try not to put it on its lid anymore.
That's the plan.
Well, you heard it. The plan for JP is not to put it on the lid. He's going to keep that 09 machine out there. He's going to carry on. He's going to continue tonight to see if he can turn laps. Right now, he's only slotted in the 11th position, so it's not really that bad for driver of the 09 machine. Little damage, but anybody knows these IROCs, they can take a beating and banging. Let's see where the leader is. Nobody has elected to come down pit road, so everybody going to stay out there. Everybody from, well, I say everybody, but everybody from the 13th position back. That's Michael Whitaker, Danny Valenzuela, Josiah Millen, Timmy Valenzuela, Cody Levitt, Doug Ungari have all come down pit road. They elected to put 4 fresh Goodyears on and try and get some damage hammered out there. Top 5 at the top of the screen right now. It's Bergner, Farrow, LaPrade, Leach, Grobelny rounds out that top 5. Duvendak finds himself running 6th with Crossland right there in 7th. Taylor having a good showing inside the top 10. He finds himself 8th with Orlando Rivera finds himself 9th with David Worrell right now running in that 10th position. Lights on the pace car are still on here as we're working the caution. Take out that caution counter right now. 3 cautions, 12 laps here, 75 laps to go. We've had 4 lead changes. We had one right there when we went back green flag racing. Jeff Berner drove that 21 right to the inside there on Colton Farrow, and he took back over that lead. Jeff Bergner has now led 42 laps. Farrow has led 4, and Ungari has led 4 laps also. Lights on the pace car go out now. We will go back green flag racing. It looks like Danny Valenzuela took an extra trip down pit road to get some damage fixed on that machine, so he'll come back out here and tag the rear of the field. You see a lot of damage as he was involved in that too. So there's the field, working its way off turn number 2 down the backstretch here. You know, we used to say these cars look like a bunch of Skittles with their old paint scheme. Now I think they actually look like a bunch of M&Ms out there. Well, no talk, no time for that, as looks like Berger going to go right back to the loud pedal, and we're going to go back green flag racing here from Richmond. So Bergner gets away there. It looks like Farrow's going to find himself running 2nd right now, but on those 2 tires, is he going to be able to hang on to that machine? Because Dwayne LaPrade is all over it, but the battle, 4th position between Matt Grobelny in the 4 and the 88 there of Jamie Leach, because here comes Robert Duvendak. Bad camera there. Here comes Robert Duvendak looking to the inside now as Leach gets put to the outside. Grobelny goes around him. Now Duvendak looking to the inside. But here comes William Crossland. Crossland going to go to the apron. They're going to go 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Crossland to the inside. He gets loose. Duvendak and Grobelny are going to come off the corner side by side. We got 3 wide racing back here right around the 10th position between the 01 of Josh Taylor, David Worrell, and Tim Valenzuela is right there along with Michael Whitaker. And I believe that's Ed Hewitt, Doug Ungari, a couple lap down cars into the mix there as they're trying to work out who's going to be the lucky dog recipient. Right now it is the 00 of Doug Ungari. Let's go back up here. Still a battle between the 97 and the 54. Those 2 are battling it out. 2 teammates battling for that 7th and that 8th position. Right now, William Crossland has it. Orlando Rivera right behind him. Your leaders, though, kind of hanging on there. Actually, Colton Farrow having a good one here out on the 2 tires as he's able to keep the 62 machine planted right there in that 2nd position. It looks like William Crossland going to the inside, though, on Matt Grobelny. Grobelny got to try and pinch him down just a little bit. And it really looks like here comes William Crossland. Crossland's going to take that position. Now can Matt Grobelny get the 4 machine back to the inside? He's going to slot in right there, squeeze in between the 97 of Crossland and the 54 of Rivera. So right now, Crossland now in that 6th position. I know we had a couple 97 William Crossland fans out there right now. There he is, William Crossland up from the 13th starting position all the way into 6th. Just a couple more positions to get himself inside that top 5 is right in front of them. Battle between Robert Duvendak and Jamie Leach. As these 2 are battling, that allowed William Crossland to really kind of close the gap there. So now there's a battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 8th. Yes, 8th. I can count. As here comes Jamie Leach. Leach is going to look to the inside here on Robert Duvendag. That's going to be for 4th position. Right now it's showing Jamie Leach has the battle. Oh, Macro Belny all out of shape there. Coming out of turn 2, and they scatter behind them, crossing to the outside. It looked like Rivera was going to go to the inside there for a moment. Both those drivers behind Macro Belny allowing him to gather that machine up. We've seen quite a few saves like that out here tonight. Saw another one right there. That time, it looks like the 97 there of crossing into the outside wall coming off turn number 2. Put a little stripe there on the right front of that car, but he will be able to keep it wound up and keep that car pointed in the right direction. That little bit of damage that you just saw him take, that will not hurt William Crossland at all. These cars, you can put them into the wall like that, and they will still drive straight as an arrow. You don't believe me? Look at this guy's car. JP Brennan. He's still out there. The whole front end of that car is tore up. He was on his lid. Cody Levitt, who was involved in that accident, as he stuffs it into the outside wall again. He's going to ride the wall for a moment. He puts her back down on all fours, and he keeps it pointed in the right direction. That's the thing you got to watch out for, as Cody has a bunch of front end damage. So the right front of that machine is sticking out a little bit farther than normal, and, well, it can tag the wall, and once it tags the wall, it will pull you directly in, and that's exactly what you saw happen to Cody Levitt right there. Levitt running right now in the 14th spot. Out front, though, there it is. Jeff Bergner, Colton Farrow, Dwayne LaPrade. That's the distance between your top 3 right on your screen as they head into turn number 1. The car right in front of Jeff Bergner going to be the number 40 of Josiah Millen. Millen trying to hang on at this point right now. He is the last car on the lead lap, running in the 17th spot. The car is pretty tore up, but it looks like he's able to get up to a good speed, keeping pace right with the leaders. Just didn't quite get caught up to the back of the field. So right now he's just trying to run away from Jeff Bergner and see if he can stay on the lead lap and hope a caution comes out. But that man right there, he's hoping no caution comes out. He's hoping we go green flag racing here because he has the lead. A little over half second back here to Colton Farrow, and then Colton Farrow's got a rear view mirror full of the 13 of Dwayne LaPrade. Jamie Leach back here, start-finish line all by himself because these two have been battling it out. Mac Robelny and Robert Duvendag. Robelny has the 5th position. Duvendag wants the 5th position, but right now he's going to have to settle for 6th. William Crossland is running in your 7th position. Orlando Rivera running in the 8th position. With newcomer out here, the 25 of David Worrell running right now 9th. Josh Taylor, the other rookie out here, he is running in the 10th position. Michael Whitaker in the 707 machine, running in 11th after his self-spin. He was a lap down at one point, now back on the lead lap, running 11th. Danny Valenzuela has the 04 with a bunch of front-end damage, running in the 12th position with Cody Levitt right behind him, running 13th. Donald Bennett right there in that orange machine, running 14th. JP Brennan a little bit farther ways back there, running 15th. And Tim Valenzuela right behind him, running in that 16th position. Josiah Millen working underneath the lap car of Doug Ungari there. Actually, sorry, that's Jared Hagedorn, who's back out on track after having to tow and get some damage fixed to that machine. So looks like Millen is now just trying to run away and hide in the 17th spot. Doug Ungari is 18th, Ed Hewitt is 19th, and Jared Hagedorn rounds out that 20-car field. So Jeff Bergner really on the loud pedal, putting down a blistering pace right now. Your top 3, though, not really able to get away from each other. They have been just kind of running around this track within striking distance, all of them under a second to each other. It's a second gap from Jeff Bergner all the way back to the number, as Dwayne LaPrade, we were just talking about him, Dwayne LaPrade into the outside wall coming off turn number 4. Doesn't look like a car's hurt. We talked about cars being able to take a little bit of damage and keep on ticking. As we're green flag racing here, we're going to step away. We're going to, we were going to step away, and the 05 of Tim Valenzuela went for a ride to the inside. No caution being thrown because he was in the grass and then had gotten that car pointed in the right direction. So we're going to stay green flag racing, but Tim Valenzuela goes from on the lead lap now to a lap down, running in the 17th spot. Not in the lucky dog position because that's the 40 of Josiah Millen. But we're going to step away for a moment. We're going to do a crank it up here from Richmond. There's your crank it up camera views here from Richmond. I keep wanting to call it Rockingham, but it is not. As you see the battle right there as the lights are blinding that camera view as they come back into the camera view there. Colton Farrow has been under attack here since we went to a crank it up. Right now he's still hanging on, but Dwayne LaPrade really hanging on off turn number 2. Dwayne LaPrade had that number 13 machine all sorts of out of shape. At one point, I think he looked directly at the inside wall, but he is keeping it pointed in the right direction. He is coming. He is quick here tonight. Colton Farrow, those 2 tires, though, got him the track position he needed, and now it's just trying to see if he can hold her there. Right now, though, Jeff Bergner has opened up a 1.3 second gap over Colton Farrow, so Jeff Bergner really knows the way around Richmond Raceway. So with Jeff Bergner out front, your top 3 at the top of the screen there. Bergner's been out front 70 laps here. Closest guy who's led any other laps, Colton Farrow and Doug Ungari. Both of them drivers led 4 laps. And now looking at the timing and scoring, we are about halfway, a little over halfway on this fuel run. As we can calculate it out, we can go about 54 to 57 laps on fuel. Tires, that's a whole nother story. These guys have been hanging on from the time we went back. Green flag racing. You see Dwayne LaPrade once again at the top of your screen. He was all sorts of out of shape once again coming off turn number 2. Well, let's take you through your top 10 running order cars right now. Jeff Bergner is in your first position. The battle, though, right there. Dwayne LaPrade in third there, getting all sorts of out of shape. It's Colton Farrow right there in front of him in the 62 machine. Dwayne LaPrade, you just talked about him as he came sideways because he's all over the back bumper there of Colton Farrow. Jamie Leach still running in your third position. It looks like somebody's down off the banking there. It looks like that's going to be the 40 of Josiah Millen who looped it around. Millen off the pace is 1 lap down, but Jamie Leach finds himself running 4th. Orlando Rivera right there finds himself inside the top 5, running 5th with Matt Robelny behind him, running in that 6th position in the green car. Robert Duvendak talked to him before the race, your little V spotlight driver of tonight. Robert Duvendak running in your 7th position. William Crossland finds that 97, kind of fading on this long run. Right now finds himself 8th. 9th going to the number 38 here of Cody Levitt with a bunch of front end damage on that car. David Worrell finds himself running inside the top 10. And it looks like Josiah Millen did bring that 40 machine down pit road. Well, there's your top 10 here from Richmond. Let's go back out front here because right there's your leader. He is coming on a tear, and there you saw it. Dwayne LaPrade actually ended up making that pass right as soon as we came back to your leaders here. So put Dwayne LaPrade in that 13 machine now running 2nd. He did get around Colton Farrell. So let's see now if Dwayne LaPrade, as he is 2.5 seconds back from Jeff Bergner, let's see if he can try and reel in the leader. Start asking yourself, about 10 laps probably away from green flag pit stops if we don't get a yellow out here. Question is, who's going to pit when? Doing the calculations, I think if you pit right now, I think you'd just about be able to make it the rest of the way as long as no caution comes out. JP Brennan, he's going to bring that machine down pit road, actually, as we're talking about green flag pit stops. Here comes JP Brennan. He's going to be the first one to hit his stall and come in for pits. Looks like the 40 of Josiah Millen has loaded up, and he has taken that 40 machine to the garage for the evening. So put one driver off track. That's the number 40 of Josiah Millen. Let's check back up front. There's Jeff Bergner working across the start-finish line again. 78 laps led now for Jeff Bergner. Colton Farrell, though, not really going away back here. He's sitting right on the back bumper of Dwayne LaPrade, kind of matching each other lap for lap, speed for speed. So Colton Farrell, I'm really impressed that he's able to hang on with the 2 tires. The question is, though, when he comes down and puts 4 fresh tires on that car. We will get rid of that camera view before the end of the night. There's an overhead shot of those 2 drivers battling it out there. Question is, can Farrow, when he puts 4 fresh tires on, can he make that car as good as it is here on 2 tires? I haven't really heard much from Jamie Leach, just kind of sitting back here in the 88 machine, having the night that he needs to have. Came into tonight 33 points out of the points championship lead. Only 1 point back from the guy that was running 2nd, and right now he's got 3 spots on. Robert Duvendak, oh, as a caution's out, it looks like the number 2, possibly a Jared Hagerdorn, has gone around. Let's see if we can back this up and see exactly what happened to Jared Hagerdorn and see if... Actually, Jared Hagerdorn was on pit road, so I'm not exactly sure where. Yeah, because there you see Jared Hagerdorn coming in to his pit stall. Oh, it's Doug Ungari going down the backstretch right in front of your leader. Actually, Jeff Bergner did get a little piece of that. We're going to have to rewind it and see exactly what went wrong there. Let's go on board here with Jeff Bergner and take that on-board camera here with Next Level Racing again. See him just in front of him. It looks like Ungari just got loose. Jeff Bergner with the checkup. Just maybe the slight contact with the right front of Jeff Bergner. Not sure that's going to put much damage on Jeff Bergner's car. But let's rewind her a little bit. Let's go on board with Doug Ungari and see exactly from his point of view. There you heard it. He tried to correct it around the 00 goes of Ungari. And at that point, he was just hanging on. That was your Next Level Racing onboard camera, but that was definitely a next level move by the 21 of Jeff Bergner to get around Doug Ungari. Looks like Jeff Bergner came down pit road, filled her up with fuel, 4 fresh tires. Looks like that 21 machine's pretty clean there. 2 drivers electing to stay out here. Actually, here comes David Worrell in the 25 machine. He will come down pit road and get service done. Led 1 lap here. Tim Valenzuela also coming down pit road, so that will give the lead right back to the 21 of Jeff Bergner. As, oh boy, I think we got a pit road speeding penalty. It looks like Jeff Bergner is having to hit the brakes, put on the hooks, and he's going to have to drive it to the back of the field here and see if he can work his way up. Let's see, maybe we can just get confirmation from driver of the 21. Jeff Bergner, got a copy. It's Roger here in the booth.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Jeff, tell us what's going on out there with the 21.
I've got a really good car. I just made a mistake on the pit road here, so yeah, I got to stop at the back of it.
Yeah, with coming down to the closing laps, it looks like we're going to go back green flag racing with about 30 to go. Do you have enough time to get the 21 machine back to the front, or is that probably going to spell disastrous for you?
It's going to be a disaster. I just hope I don't hit too many people on the way up.
Well, how's the car out there? You said you got a fast car. 82 laps led here tonight. Unfortunately, it's going to drop you, it looks like, probably to the 14th position. Tell us how hard it's going to be to come through this field.
It's going to be extremely difficult. Yeah, if you drive them real hard, they get real loose on you, so then on bounce is probably even worse.
Well, starting out the back of this field, you just had to avoid a wreck out there from the spinning 00 of Doug Ungari. How close were you to actually hitting the 00 coming down the backstretch?
I thought he was going to keep it low, came up, and I actually got a 4X out of it.
You got a 4X, but that 21 machine actually looks pretty clear here, Jeff. So good luck the rest of the way, and maybe you can work your way back up and get a good solid finish out of this one.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. You have a great night. Appreciate all you do.
Well, there you heard it from Jeff Bergner. Speeding penalty. You're going to have to tag the rear of the field, so he's going to have a lot of work to make up. So that's going to hand the lead over to Colton Farrow and Dwayne LaPrade. Orlando Rivera is running third. Robert Duvendak is fourth. The man Cody Levitt is fifth. Jamie Leach sixth. Michael Whitaker seventh. William Crossland is eighth, with Josh Taylor running ninth, and Matt Grobelny rounding out that top 10. Lights on the pace car are off. We will go back green flag racing this time by. There it is, Colton Farrow on the hammer real early. We'll go back green flag racing. He'll have about a 3-car length lead by the time he gets down into turn number 1. So Colton Farrow got a great start. Robert Duvendak also trying to make the high side work here around Orlando Rivera. Duvendak had third position for a moment. Oh boy, a little bit of a bobble between Duvendak and the 54 of Orlando Rivera. It looks like Duvendak's going to really throw it down into turn 3. He'll take the third position. Towards the end of the race, it's time to go, and Duvendak knows it. So Duvendak has third, Orlando Rivera is fourth, Jamie Leach is fifth. As you see him working off the corner right there, Orlando Rivera, all sorts of out of shape. See that maroon car towards the back of the field there? That was Jeff Bergner. Jeff Bergner was your leader, and now he's trying to bring the 21 back to the front here. He has the quick car. The question is, though, can he make it back to the front in time? Because Colton Farrow says, this is my show now. I'm the new sheriff in town, and I'm going to lead lap number 9 here tonight for Colton Farrow. Saw Colton Farrow really drive away there on the opening of that last green flag stand, and then the car kind of fell off towards the end. It might have used the tires off a little bit too much. Dwayne LaPrade got back to him and got around him. That doesn't matter right now, because we just got a handful of laps here coming towards the 100 mark. Looks like 28 laps here to go. Single file for your first handful of drivers. Oh, Jeff Bergner. Oh, boy, he had to hang on to that machine coming off turn number 2. Jeff Bergner trying to come through the field. He has the quick car. Has to keep the car underneath him. And he all but turned to the inside wall there. Jeff Bergner now running in the 10th position, up from 14th on the green flag run here. Just a little sibling rivalry update right now. Danny Valenzuela is in the 12th position. Timmy Valenzuela is 1 lap down, running in the 15th position. So Danny has the upper hand right now between the sibling rivalry. Right now, though, the man who has the upper hand on everybody, that's going to be Colton Farrow. But they are battling back here. Cody Levitt, Jamie Leach, and that is Orlando Rivera. They are duking it out for who can have the top 5 position, who can even have 4th. Robert Duvendak looks like he kind of slipped there. He's Jamie's going to look to the inside here. Two of your top 3 points championship contenders battling it out here for that third position. Duvendak to the outside. Jamie Leach going to go to the inside here at the line. It was Jamie Leach. So here comes Jamie Leach in the 88 quietly towards the front of this one. There you see it. That inside lane just kind of seems to be the better way around. Oh, big wiggle there from Robert Duvendak. Here comes Cody Levitt now. Levitt going to look to the inside. See if Levitt can take away that 4th position. Now the inside lane just really seems like that's the way to be. With a lot of damage on that 38 machine, I'm really impressed to see that that 38 can really hang on as well as it has so far here tonight. Jeff Bergner now running in the 7th position. Got around Matt Grobelny. Now he's got a clear track in front of him until he runs into the 6th place runner of Orlando Rivera. So he's going to see how he can work. But Robert Duvendak has been shuffled to the outside lane and is going backwards in a hurry. Nothing's changed out front. Still going to be the 62 here of Colton Farrow. Dwayne LaPrade right in the coattails, though. Not going to allow him to get away at all. Looks like Orlando Rivera had a moment there coming off turn number 2. Robert Duvendak looked to the inside, but that's where kind of Rivera was sliding towards. There's your leaders, Colton Farrow, Dwayne LaPrade, all over each other here at the front of this one. Colton Farrow getting a little bit of the apron. That's going to allow Orlando Rivera to close that gap of Dwayne LaPrade to close the distance a little bit more. These two drivers been up front just about all night long. 21 laps to go here. Yeah, here comes Dwayne LaPrade. LaPrade looking to the inside through turns 1 and 2. Can he hang on as he's going to give it a slide off the corner? Colton Farrow into the outside wall. New leader here going to go to the number 13 of Dwayne LaPrade. LaPrade's going to slide off turn number 4. Here comes Colton Farrow at the line, though. LaPrade had the lead. But here comes the number 62 of Colton Farrow. He's going to throw a crossover move going down into turn 1. Colton Farrow going to go to the inside now. Dwayne LaPrade is sideways. Contact between your leaders. LaPrade into the outside wall. Levitt is involved. He is around. Looks like Orlando Rivera is around, sitting backwards on the backstretch. Oh boy, what a moment we just had there. A couple drivers involved there. Orlando Rivera is still getting hit. He's a pinball. Here comes Donald Bennett. He's involved. A couple of your drivers running towards the front of this one, wrapped up in a late race caution. We're going to have to go back. Cody Levitt's involved in this one. He is crab walking. It's going to be pretty much night over for 38-11. Let's see if we can go back and catch this replay. Let's go over top. We know it starts up here with the 13 of Dwayne LaPrade. LaPrade gets outside here, gets a little sideways contact then. And then it's on. Here comes the 38-11. Orlando Rivera goes around in the 54 machine. And then he's just a sitting duck sitting in the middle of the track. He tries to go. Danny misses him. Here comes Donald Bennett. Donald Bennett slides into the back, and then Doug Ungari comes in and finishes it off. Let's see if we can rewind it just a little bit here and go on board with Danny Valenzuela. Shoo, look how close Danny was to getting in to Orlando coming down the backstretch. I'm sure he had to close his eyes on that one. That's another one of those next level racing moves on board with Danny Valenzuela. So looking through timing and scoring, it doesn't look like any of your leaders elected to come down pit road other than Danny Valenzuela, Michael Whitaker. Cody Levitt also down pit road, but he's got substantial damage on that 38 machine as that car was not riding or pointed in the right direction. Well, let's see if we can get a word in with the driver of the 38. Cody Levitt, you got a copy. It's Roger up here at the booth.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you can hear it in your voice, my friend. We know it's not how you wanted to talk to us up here in the booth tonight, but tell us what you saw out there.
Just saw the 13 car get loose, get back into the wall, and then I got into him, so those two were fighting up there pretty good, and I was just waiting for them to make a mistake. I just didn't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, not wanting to be a part of it, but unfortunately that's what happened out here tonight. Just not your night.
I did get wrecked twice, but I was flying back up to the field. I was ready. Like, those last 20 laps were going to be a blast, fighting for the lead up there. Because I think I would have had it. I mean, it would have been me or Jamie. I know Dwayne was fast, but he also got into the wall right there. So.
Yeah, with a tore-up car like you had from that earlier incident, did you think that it was going to be as fast as it was? I mean, it was still fast, and you were coming through the field.
Yeah, but there was no, I mean, no, it's a short track, you know, so downforce, aerodynamics doesn't really matter. There was no engine damage, so, I mean, I think I only had like 40 seconds of optional or something like that. And I was trying to get that all fixed, and, I mean, the car was fast, sorry about that. Just hoping for a different outcome here.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be the outcome you came here to Richmond looking for tonight. Looks like right now you're in a 16th spot. Possibly could get passed by the two of Jared Hagedorn yet and drop to 17th. So, Cody, on your birthday, not the night you really wanted.
No, sir. Thank you, though.
Well, happy birthday, my friend, and well, I guess go enjoy the rest of your night out there in Las Vegas. What do you got, a 7 o'clock right now? So you got plenty of time to have some fun.
Exactly. It'll be great.
Well, have a good one, my friend. And, well, it looks like we got the 1 to go marker this time by, so we will go back green flag racing here in a moment, and Colton Farrow will be the leader once again. Top 5 at the top of the screen there. Farrow finds himself out front, and Leach now second. LaPrade is third. Duvendak is fourth, and man, look at Jeff Bergner. Jeff Bergner has now made his way up through the field, and he is running in that top 5 spot, so he still has a chance here. We're going to go back green flag racing with 14 laps to go. 14 laps to go, and right there you heard it. Colton Farrow wasn't wasting any time. He went right back to the loud pedal, and he got a good start. Not sure about Jamie Leach, though, if he got a good start, because he kind of fell back. He's running now in your 3rd position. Jeff Bergner is running 4th, and he's looking to the inside here on Jamie Leach, see if he can make his way back up through the field. They're going to go side by side down the backstretch, just about 3 wide behind them, but they settled it out. They went 2 by 2 then, so your battle is on here for 3rd. Leach to the outside. Leach is going to give way. He is going to go now to 4th. Jeff Bergner now has worked his way back into the top 3, so Bergner has a quick car. The question is, does he have the laps? Does he have the time to get around Robert Duvendak or Colton Farrow? How much tires has he saved on that machine? Because remember, just a couple laps ago, he had to start all the way towards the back of that one. That is, looks like the 04 there of Danny Valenzuela, who had to peek out. He got a little sideways off turn number 2. Seems to be the hot spot here tonight. Off turn number 4, though, Robert Duvendak with a big wiggle. Jeff Bergner now going to throw it to the inside. Looks like Timmy Valenzuela there towards the back of this one, spinning through the grass. He's been having a little bit of a handling issues on that 05 machine tonight, but we're going to stay green flag racing. Jeff Bergner does find himself running 2nd now, so the question is, can Jeff Bergner run down Colton Farrow? 2 fast guys at the front of this one. Anybody's ball game at this point. $11 laps to go here. Jeff Bergner really trying to find any grip he can out there. Championship contenders running 3rd and 4th of Robert Duvendak and Jamie Leach. It's kind of been the song and dance that we've been talking about tonight, but the guy who's been singing the song and dancing himself, Jeff Bergner, and he's all over the back bumper. Colton Farrow, you can tell he made a little bit of a mistake that time off turn number 4. 10 laps to go, and Jeff Bergner is now there on the back bumper of that 62 machine. Colton Farrow just trying to run away and hide, and here comes Jeff Bergner. You know the Jaws theme song? That's exactly what you're hearing right now. Bergner's there. Farrow went to shut the door. Bergner's going to force the 62 high going through turns 3. Coming off 4, though, he's going to throw her sideways. Jeff Bergner now back to the front here. New leader with 9 laps to go. Here comes Colton Farrow. He's going to try to throw her to the inside now. Jeff Bergner gave him the room. Farrow not able to put the power down. Now here comes Robert Duvendak. Dwayne LaPrade back there in your 5th position sideways. They're going to go, Jamie Leach going to look to the inside here on Robert Duvendak. They're going to beat and bang off turn number 4. Sideways for the inside there. Colton Farrow now back to the lead. Colton Farrow takes over the lead. Now here comes Robert Duvendak looking to the inside. Duvendak not able to make the through or make the pass. Now here comes Jamie Leach side by side leaning on each other off turn number 2. 8 laps to go here from Richmond. 8 laps to go, and the battles for the top 5. All of them right there, but here comes Jeff Bergner back to the... Oh, here's Colton Farrow sideways. Robert Duvendak is up and over. Duvendak is up and over on the front stretch. Not sure if Robert Duvendak was actually the yellow that got brought out, as it looks like Jeff Bergner is going to be called the leader here. Let's take it back here and see what happened to Robert Duvendak. Let's go over top here and just see. Robert Duvendak battling with Jamie Leach. As you see him side by side there, Duvendak kind of went to the outside, gave Leach the inside. Looks like possibly just tried to get back to the throttle too soon. He made contact with Dwayne LaPrade, and up and over that 12 machine of Robert Duvendak went, and he got hit by Danny Valenzuela, and then the motor had expired on the 12 machine. So Robert Duvendak going to be pretty much done with this one in the closing laps, because we only got a handful of laps left here from Richmond. 6 to go this time by. Top 5 at the top of the screen. What a race we've seen here tonight. These guys unveiled the new paint schemes tonight. These guys have come out in force, beating and banging all through the night. Jeff Bergner was the quick man. Actually, it looks like Colton Farrow is going to take back over the lead, so Jeff Bergner is going to have to settle for second right now. When we go back green flag racing, it's going to be a one-and-done style event here. Next caution flag is going to end this one, and what a show they've put on. What a finish we're going to have here yet tonight. I'd say let's go ahead and interview one of the top guys, but we don't really want to pull them out of their channel right now because probably strategizing, trying to figure out what's the better line, talking with their teammates, who thinks they should go where. Right now, Colton Farrow, though, has that lead. Jeff Bergner is second. Jamie Leach is third. Dwayne LaPrade hanging on to that 13 machine, running fourth. Matt Grobelny is fifth. William Crossland finds himself running sixth. Orlando Rivera is seventh. Michael Whitaker is 8th with Danny Valenzuela running 9th. David Worrell has that 25 machine running 10th. Donald Bennett is 11th. Tim Valenzuela is 12th. Josh Taylor is 13th. Doug Ungari is 14th. Robert Duvendak, who is electing to, he's still sitting in the car, but he's having to tow that machine back to pit road. He's 15th. Cody Levitt's back out on track running 16th. Jared Hagedorn's out on track running 17th. Ed Hewitt has loaded the triple twos up, and he's out of here this week, along with JP Brennan and Josiah Millen. Lights on the pace car are still on, so we will get another circuit around the track here before we get these guys back up and racing. So as they work around the track here, once again, all the Salt Flat drivers, the league owners, the admins, thank everybody for tuning in here on a weekly basis to watch the Salt Flat IROC series. What a show they put on here tonight. So if you like what these guys put on, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you like the paints, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you like what you see here and here on MaxSpeedTV, hit that little bell, get a notification every time we go live. We are live here nightly. Rudy Cummings, K.R. Stolfus, Chris Legou, Michael D'Amico, Rick Hammond. All of us are live at some point throughout the night here as the lights on the pace car will go out. Nobody has won just yet. We're going to finish this one off here. Just a handful of laps. 3 to go, 2 to go when we go back green flag racing. Yellow comes out before we take the white flag. The race will be over, so it's going to be on like Donkey Kong here once we go back green flag racing. Whoever has the lead is going to be the winner here tonight. Who's got Colton Farrow? How about Jeff Bergner making his way through the field after leading 83 laps of this one, then having to serve a penalty on that last yellow? Dwayne LaPrade running right there in third. What about silent Jamie Leach running fourth? Or how about William Crossland, who's going to start this one in the 6th position? Orlando Rivera sitting there. What about Michael Whitaker? We're going to go back green flag racing here. Pace cars down and away. Looks like 62 of Colton Farrow going to get a good start there. He's going to be out in front of Jeff Bergner by the time they get to the start-finish line. Bergner right at the finish line is going to come down, so he's going to be right there, right on the back bumper, the coattails of the 62 of Colton Farrow. The question is, can he get there now? 2 different lines. Jeff Bergner, big wiggle off turn number 2. A couple of those guys out of control. Looks like the 13 of Dwayne LaPrade was into the outside wall there for a moment. Question is, white flag going to be waving this time by. What does Jeff Bergner have in the tank? He's the chase guy. He's going to be right there to the outside. White flag, 1 lap to go here. Jeff Bergner going to drive it down, try to take to the outside here on Colton Farrow, as now he's going to diamond. Oh, he's sideways off the corner. Sideways, almost into the inside wall. He's going to have to lift. He's going to have to give up the 2nd place finish here tonight. He drove the wheels off it. Can he hang on for 3rd is the question. Macro Belny to his outside. Jeff Bergner going to hang on to the inside. Give it to... Oh, boy, I'm not even sure. Timing and scoring a little behind here. It's going to be Macro Belny walking away with a third-place finish. What a finish. Jeff Bergner not able to get it done, not able to hang on for that one. The man who, though, is going to get it done, that man right there, the 62 of Colton Farrow. He's going to be the winner here tonight. Colton Farrow only leading 36 laps, but he was able to hang on to it when it mattered. Jeff Bergner just not able to get back to him. Colton Farrow is going to be your winner here. Jamie Leach is second. Macro Belny is third. We're going to step away here for just a moment as the timing and scoring will tick across the top with your unofficial results here from Richmond. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You just watched 125 laps here from the short track at Richmond Raceway, and Colton Farrow was going to be the guy who outlasted everybody. He got a real hard challenge there from Jeff Bergner at the end of it, but he kept his cool. He held his own, and he's going to bring the 62 home as the winner tonight. But I did catch up with a couple of the other drivers here. I did catch up with the number 4 here of Matt Grobelny. Matt, it wasn't really a fast number 4 car out there tonight, but fortunately for yourself, top 3 finish.
Yeah, I knew I couldn't hold with Jeff, just running some practice laps with him, so I was just trying to keep up with the middle of the pack, and there's definitely some good racing towards the beginning, and I knew who I could keep around, and luckily I was able to pull away with that third with Jeff overdriving there at the end.
Yeah, Jeff overdrove it at the end, and it kind of gave you the opportunity to sneak in there for a third-place finish. But tell us about tonight. How was the track? You kind of hung out. At one point, you were in the top 5, and then we looked up at timing and scoring again, and you were all the way back in the 16th position.
The track was actually really nice tonight. Tires didn't feel too bad. You obviously got loose coming out of the corners, but on that incident where I was top 5 to 16th, I was speeding down pit lane by, I think, 1 or 2 miles per hour, so they gave me an EOL.
Yeah, but you worked your way through the field here tonight to come back in the 3rd position, so a good run for yourself here. Is there anybody on the Ford machine that you got to thank for this 3rd place finish tonight?
I got to thank all our sponsors, LFOD, Next Level Racing, you guys up in the booth, Sim Racing Studio, Little V-Books, and Sim Necessities. Got to thank Colton out here. We were running together for a few laps, and then my teammate Danny Valenzuela back there.
Well, there you heard it from driver of the number 4, Matt Grobelny comes home in that 3rd position, but I also caught up with the guy who finished 2nd here tonight, Jamie Leach. It was kind of a silent night for yourself out there. You kind of just hung around the 4th, 5th position all night long, and then the caution flag seemed to wave in your favor in 2nd place here tonight.
Yes, sir. We're just out there. It's pretty loose, just trying to keep it on the track and stay fast.
Yeah, and keep it on the track, keep it pointed in the right direction is exactly what you did. You came in tonight, though, 3rd in points. With Tim Smith having to step away for other obligations, that kind of puts you and Robert Duvendak as your top 2 in the points. He came into tonight 1 point ahead of you, and with your finish here of 2nd place and Robert finishing 15th here tonight, it looks like you're going to take over the points lead. It's kind of a position that we've seen you and Robert in before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, him and I are very comparable on the track. Very close speed-wise and driving style, and it's always great racing with him.
Yeah, so with you and him going forward, it looks like it's going to be another good championship battle here with Salt Flat. So anybody that helps you out on the number 88 to get you to the track week in and week out?
I'd like to thank Salt Flat Racing, Next Level Racing, McMullen, Sim Racing Studio, LFOD. Just appreciate all the sponsorship, and thanks to you up in the booth. Do a great job.
Well, absolutely. We do it for you guys. But that's the driver of the 88, Jamie Leach. He brings that 88 home in the second position tonight. Going to take over the points championship lead after this one. And your winner here tonight, parking the number 62 in victory lane here, going to be Colton Farrow. That's going to be the Team McMullen victory lane celebration. Colton, how'd you do it out there?
Well, honestly, Roger, going into practice today, I was super unconfident. I was running in the back, and then I got some help from my teammate Matt. He helped me, study things out, and it helped me push through. I had a good 2-tire stop at one point that kept me up front, and I saw I could hang with Jeff a little bit, but not too well, and it just ended up working out in the end.
Yeah, you were able to hang out. Were you worried at any point that Jeff Bergner was, kind of breathing down your neck?
Oh, I was worried. As soon as I got up front, he got that black flag, and I'm like, man, he's going to be up here quick. And then the caution happened, and then he was right next to me. I kept keeping tabs on him, and then, unfortunate for him, but luckily for me, he got loose, and it allowed me to get that victory.
Yeah, that was a good battle there as he came through the field, but you also battled out with Dwayne LaPrade pretty much all night. You and him switched second place back and forth multiple times. It was good racing between you two also.
Oh, yeah, and all credit to Dwayne. He kept me busy. I'm sure I kept him busy. It was very nice running with him and, honing my skills in more as well, I think.
Well, congratulations here you're going to be the winner here at Richmond Raceway. Is there anybody you got to thank for the 62 being parked in Team McMullen victory lane tonight?
Oh, yeah, I got to thank Little V Books, Team McMullen, of course, Sim Racing Studios, MaxSpeedTV, you up in the booth, Sim Necessities, and of course, Matt Grabelny for helping me earlier today, and as well just being my teammate, as well as Danny Valenzuela. Couldn't do it without those two.
Well, there you heard it from your top three finishers. Matt Grobelny finishing in your third position. Jamie Leach rallies for a second-place finish tonight. Colton Farrow brings the 62 home. I'm not sure if he knows it, but he might want to take a look at his right front headlight. It might be a little bit of a scandal going on there, but nonetheless, congratulations to Colton Farrow parking the 62 in victory lane here from Richmond. Next week, it's another battle of the best. Let's see if we can pull that up here real quick for you. Right there, not the best way to pull it up. That's not exactly what we wanted. But here we are at the Richmond Raceway. We just completed 125 laps, and like we said, Farrow is going to be your winner. Next week, we're going to do something a little bit different. 45 laps at the Charlotte Roval here for Week 10. That's going to be an interesting one to tune in. The IROC series, they head to all sorts of tracks. You talk about all sorts of tracks. Look at Week 11 there on screen. We're going to head over to Eldor. We're going to go back to Heat Racing, and then we're going to go to the A main for that one. And then it's back on Week 12 to something that we're a little more common used to seeing for the Salt Flat IROC series. We're going to go to a 2-mile track. We're going to head over to the Michigan International Raceway for 75 laps. Then we head to Langley, Rockingham. That's why I kept saying Rockingham at some point. I knew it was coming through the schedule. And we're going to wind up Week 15 down at Pocono. So the closing in on the ending here for this season for the Salt Flat IROC series. Well, that's going to pretty much do it for things, though, here from the Richmond Raceway. We got to thank once again all of the sponsors here for Salt Flat. Tonight, Sim Necessities coming on board here. Anybody that needs a button box, head on over there to Sim Necessities right there on Facebook. Talk to Matt Grobelny. He can get you a button box fixed up for the likings that you need. Team McMullen, your premier VA lender. Not only your VA lender, any kind of personal loan that you need, head on over to Team McMullen. Tell them that Timmy Valenzuela sent you. Next Level Racing coming on board this year. Next Level Racing, the kind of place that you need to be if you need a sim rig for iRacing. LFOD stepping up on board also out of the Vermont area. LFOD Motorsports, anybody needs some work done to their car, check out LFOD Motorsports. Little V Books also being a part of this series here, along with the Jordan Hen Racing Team. Well, your results scrolling across the top of the screen here. Once again, Colton Farrow taking the win over Jamie Leach, Matt Grobelny. Jeff Berger being able to rally back for a fourth-place finish, just not able to cap it off. Finishing fifth here tonight, rounding out the top five, Orlando Rivera. The rest of your guys scrolling at the top of the screen. That's about it here from Richmond. We'll catch you next week from the Charlotte Roval here on MaxSpeedTV with the Salt Flat IROC series.